Weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Ready, set!
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And right away, he lost the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So potentially a good chance now to answer back from the touchdown a minute ago as they get 15 yards tacked on.
It's going to give them much better starting field position, and they didn't even have to make an extra play to get it.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And he's got Rome. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Cool now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Lance going to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Taken in at the 22. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
2nd down and 3. Wilson will throw again. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Patterson. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Now Wilson on 1st down. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 21-zip. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. No return here for Wilson. It's a touchback. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the 1st half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Tackle there by Michael Pierce. 21-0 our score after 1. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And the big boys up front. They're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And this will be caught at the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
First down, here's Mitchell. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Dance into his... That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Edwards. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Falcons at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Niners will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back. Drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. On 2nd and 9, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, 54 yards. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10.
66, going hard.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man, it's London. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Wilson. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this will be caught by Edwards. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw again is Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. Troy Anderson, the man on the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Now Lance. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They overloaded that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. This is brought in at the 21. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. Out there for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he's got his big tight end here. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
He's got room at the 30, and he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 3, second down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40.
Ready?
They run over center with Mitchell. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They've created a nice sustained drive on the plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. And Lance now to throw. Touchdown! George Kittle, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers are an extra point away from drawing level. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we are tied at 21. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
On the set. Red cycle. Ready.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback.
Let's go.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Lance going back to the air after the pick 6. The sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was
against multiple defenders, and they advance it downfield.
On the double.
A good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the handoff, Mitchell taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to it and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Gold with the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the 2nd half. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Wilson. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. from his end zone, Wilson. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Ready, set.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Drive starts with a give to Mitchell. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Desperation time here. Lance. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And Lance going to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Lance. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Always costs them. Football, these defenders. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On the counter, Mitchell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Big tackle for loss by D'Angelo Malone. Just an excellent play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Lance. And this pass caught by Gray. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Back to the ground here, Mitchell. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's Lance. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Lance and company going on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Drake Jackson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Wilson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Ready.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Able to find Gray here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lance back to throw. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now Lance. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by D'Angelo Malone. And the Falcons have